Yes, and by the way, the Nets have every team in the Eastern Conference thanking them. And the West just got a lot more crowded and a lot more interesting. As long as LeBron is 38 years of age and averaging over 30, they just need AD to be the version that he was earlier in this year. D'Angelo Russell is skilled. He is talented. He can make the three. He can drop dimes. Beasley's a defender on the wing that can make threes as well, gives them more depth. They just acquired Rui Hachimura, who's going to give them quality minutes also. So the West, again, just got more stacked. And when you look at the top of the conference, Greeny, I've continued to say this. What makes it very interesting more than anything is that the Denver Nuggets, while they have the reigning back-to-back MVP, they still haven't done it yet. Memphis is struggling, but we know Ja Morant's greatness. The Sacramento Kings have outplayed expectations, but the guys that we've seen do it, they're now lurking. The Phoenix Suns just recently won the West a couple of years ago and added KD. The Clippers got Kawhi back. We've seen him do it. We haven't seen them do it. We've seen the Golden State Warriors do it. They may make a run. So yes, the Lakers got better, but man, once the Dallas Mavs acquired Kyrie, the West got a lot better as well.
So, Legler, let me put this to you, and the staff doesn't know I'm going to ask you this because the question just jumped into my head. But we are going to, Jalen and Stephen A. and Michael and I are going to be at the Western Conference Finals this year. We alternate every year, and that's going to be our series this year. Who's making it? Right this minute, who are the two best teams in the West? Forget about seeding. Who are the two best teams in the West? If you had to pick two teams that you think will wind up playing for the right to go to the championship in the West, who are the two teams?
I'd pick Phoenix and Denver. If I had to pick two teams right now, it would be Phoenix and Denver. Phoenix, obviously, listen, this isn't going to be just thrown together, you start winning. They're going to have to feel each other out. They're going to have to find that rhythm and cohesion. But when you're talking about having now a stud at the 2, a stud at the 3, a stud big man, and then, most importantly, a table setter, a guy that's a legitimate true point guard that's going to manage where the basketball goes, that you always feel safe and secure when the ball's in his hands. And Chris Paul, he'll have much less pressure on him to have to take over games as a scorer at any part. And I think that has been something that's worn him down in the past in the postseason. He's not going to have that responsibility now. He could totally pick his spots and just be the brains of the operation and make sure everybody gets fed. When I look at that starting lineup, to me, that's the best team in the Western Conference. And I'm not going to discount what Denver has done, what Denver looks like, the player that they have at the top, and Nikola Jokic, and his ability, to make sure that everything runs through him. I love Denver as a team, and so I'm going to put them ahead of some of these other teams that, Clippers getting Kawhi back. Dallas, who knows what that's going to look like with Kyrie and Luka. I need to see that for an extended period of time. Golden State is a team you're going to have to hear from, and obviously the Lakers are also a threat. But right now, Greeny, I'd lay my money on Phoenix and Denver in the Western Conference Finals, assuming they don't meet at some point before that round, because we don't know what the seeding is going to be.
Right.
And then ultimately Phoenix getting to the finals.
Yeah, understanding, and that's why I tried to set it up. We don't have no idea. Everyone could get seeded anywhere at this point, the way it's. But what I'm trying to get at is the two best teams. So, Jalen, Dallas, the Clippers, the Warriors, who are the defending champs, and when they're right, they still look so good, but it's not often. I got 1 minute left. Who are the two that'll be left standing in the West, the two best teams?
I agree with Legs, and I'm going to go with Denver, and I'm going to name some different reasons. Jamal Murray has looked good and healthy, and that's been a welcome sight for the Denver Nuggets. And also, as he mentioned, the Phoenix Suns. DeAndre Ayton has been playing really well as a big guy, not only scoring the ball, but being very effective, being very efficient. And so those two guys for me, and also Denver having home court advantage, playing in that altitude. But again, the firepower of Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, that's just going to be something game-changing. One of those guys is going to have 35 points every night. Mm-hmm. One of those guys is going to have 30.
Here.